Hey guys, my name is Rayne, and today I'm going to be doing my monthly recommendations for the month of September, and the theme this month is back to school books. So I've been doing monthly recommendations since I started my booktube channel, but I teamed up with Trina over at Between Chapters to create a Goodreads group so we could open this up to more people so everyone could participate. So I will leave a link to Trina's channel in the down bar below, as well as our Goodreads group, and I really encourage you guys to join in and do this little project with us because we are so very excited about it. But this month's theme is back to school books, so it is based around the idea of people recommending books that take place in a school setting or have an important school scene in it. And one of the examples I gave was The Darkest Part of the Forest by Holly Black. There is a very quintessential scene in the storyline that takes place in a school, so I just wanted to put it out there that it doesn't have to take place entirely in a school. It could just have one really great school scene. It could be college, elementary school, high school, boarding schools, which is probably like a huge theme in mine, so get ready for that. But yeah, go ahead and check out the Goodreads group and just see what we're about and see if you want to join in. But I will just get right into my recommendations now. The first book that I would like to recommend is Fish in a Tree by Lynda Mulally Hunt, and this is about a girl who is in middle school and she just has some behavioral problems in school, and her teachers are always pointing out how she's misbehaved. Other kids don't really want to be her friends because she just really has some outrageous behaviors. And as the story unfolds, one of her teachers figures out that it's actually a deeper issue than behavior. It's actually a learning issue that she has. She has dyslexia, and this book really explores that topic well, and I think that it was very interesting to read, especially from someone who deals with dyslexia and also works with kids who have it. It's very important to recognize the difficulties and learning barriers that there can be if they aren't set up in a way that encourages children with dyslexia to learn and helps them thrive in the educational environment. So I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was just spot on with so many different issues that go along with that, and I highly enjoyed it and would recommend anyone to read it, especially those who work with children. The next book that I would like to recommend is Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson, and this is about a high schooler named Lynda. She is starting her first year of high school, and she goes into it with everyone hating her because she busted up a party, got a lot of people in trouble, called the police and everything, and people are pretty upset about that. And this book explores why that was an issue, like why she called the police and some of the other things like her friendship, her family dynamics, everything that was kind of torn apart from the events of the party. And this book unfolds in this really lovely way to reveal that, so it's not some shock and awful thing to find out at the end of the book. The foreshadowing is really nice, and this book just spoke to me on such a high volume, and it took such a touchy subject that is still very much an issue in today's culture and really talked about it in a deep and meaningful way. It didn't just brush it off, it didn't make light of it, it actually exposed some of the issues that go along with it. I thought that this book just did everything really well and in a manner that is easily digestible and just really didn't get on any particular soapbox. It just took the issue and showed it for what it was in a very truthful light, and I appreciated that, and I would highly recommend checking this book out because it was just beautifully written and just wonderful. I think this is a must-read for everyone, so really this is just a recommendation for your bucket list of books to read in your life. Moving on to a lighter note with books that take place in a boarding school, which are my personal favorite school settings for books because oh my gosh, I love boarding schools. I will start off with Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins, and this is a trilogy that follows a young witch named Sophie Mercer. She is known that she is a witch for quite some time, but she has an issue controlling her powers, so she gets sent to a boarding school for witches and warlocks or wizards. I can't remember if the warlocks or wizards, but other supernatural creatures as well, and she ends up being a roommate with a vampire. And as things start to unfold, there are some murders within the school, and her roommate is being blamed for them, and Sophie believes that there's no way that her roommate is doing that, so she tries to get to the bottom of things. And this is just kind of a mysterious, creepy, wonderful paranormal trilogy. Really enjoyed it. I marked it so many times. This is really like a lols book It was incredible. It reads very much like Buffy the Vampire Slayer's episodes play out, and I really enjoy that. I think that Rachel Hawkins has a really great voice for snarky teenage characters, and this book was just really fun, and the entire trilogy as a whole was really great to read. Next, I have a quintessential book to read, and it is about a boy who ended up going to boarding school at a young age, and he didn't know he was a wizard his entire life. Bam! Surprised you, didn't I? It's The Copper Gauntlet by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare, and this has been heavily compared to Harry Potter, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. This is not Harry Potter. It has a very similar premise and beginning, but the similarities end there. Just, I promise, give this book a chance. It is so good. I read this at the beginning of this year and just really loved it. I've actually got the Copper Gauntlet back there ready to roll when I'm doing my buddy read this month with Elizabeth from Lizzie Book Babble, so definitely check her out too because we're going to be reading that together. And this is a book about a boy named Call, and he ends up getting recruited to go to this wizarding boarding school where he has to go through these different trials and everything to become a full-blown wizard. And it is just really incredible. It's a middle grade novel. And Call is not your typical heroic type. He is just very down on himself. He is very angsty. He's negative, but it's done in a way that I think makes him endearing, at least it was to me, and I really enjoyed this book. I thought the world was really interesting, and the entire plot as a whole just really made itself stand out from the Harry Potter-esque book. So I think if people would give it a chance and really get into it and see the differences and the wonderful differences that it does have, then it is definitely going to be a series that you'll quickly become addicted to, as I did. And then finally, I have Midnight for Charlie Bone by Gemini Nimmo, and this is a long middle grade book series, but it is incredible. It is about a boy who finds out he has a particular magical gift, and he is sent to Bloor's Academy, which is a school that is for gifted children, both intellectually, artistically, and magically, and they're all grouped together. And I really love that aspect of the book because you have like normal kids in with the supernatural, well, I don't want to say supernatural because it's not really supernatural, but with the magical kids, and it just creates this really incredible dynamic for characters who really bring something different to the table. So it's not all characters just using magic to figure things out, and it's just brilliant. I really enjoy this book series. It's actually been featured in one of my recommendation videos before, so sorry for bringing it up again, but I feel like this book series just doesn't get enough attention on BookTube, and that makes me worry because maybe it's not getting enough attention in the real world. It is an older series. It came out when I was in elementary, middle school, something like that. It still stands the test of time, and I just really enjoy this book series. I think Charlie Bone is a really great character, and his friends Benjamin and Olivia just add this really nice spice to it, and I love that each book just kind of has this different antagonist and plot line that all comes together in the end, and it's just incredible. But this first one explores Charlie Bone figuring out the world that he's in, where he comes into play with his magical abilities, and it just kind of introduces you to the world of Bloor's Academy, which is really incredible. Okay guys, that has been it for my recommendation video this month. I am really pleased with this topic. Huge thanks to Trina for coming up with it. I have really been enjoying brainstorming topics with her. I think it's really fun because she's brought some topics that I would have never thought to the table, like this particular one, because this is not one that I would have thought of immediately, but it was so fun to do and to go through and find those books on my shelves to recommend. And I've just had a lot of fun with this project, and I very highly encourage you guys to join in with us because we are having so much fun, and I am just gonna keep encouraging you guys because I really love this project. As always guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay weird.